Social Zoom Factor, episode 194.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Does your current website or blog got you down? Do you need a better hosting platform to help your business zoom turbo versus speeds that are slow and holding you back? No need to look any further than our partner HostGator. Have an existing site? No worries. They can seamlessly transfer your existing site for free and have you zooming turbo in no time for as little as $4 a month. Check them out at HostGator.com and save 30% on new hosting packages using the coupon code ZOOM, or simply go to socialzoomfactor.com/HostGator. The Marketing Nuts Agency helps companies transform their social and digital business from the inside out. Visit their website at www.themarketingnutswithaz.com for a client list, case studies, and some amazing free resources to get you started down the path of success. Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. Today, we are talking about a very important foundation in regard to leveraging social media and digital marketing to build your business and build your brand. And that is the power of community. And if you have followed me on any of the social networks over the past 5-6 years, if you knew me back in my corporate days, I spent 15 years working in corporate America, you would know that I am a believer in community, and I talk and I teach and I preach and I train about the power of community and the power of tapping in to the OPC, other people's community and other people's content. And I truly believe that when we tap into the power of community, of people working together, of building and being part of something bigger than we can ever be ourselves, that we can accomplish so much more in business and life. And social media presents that glue. It presents that home base to bring people together, because as humans, we are communal by nature. It's in our DNA to want to connect with other human beings who have the same beliefs, same goals, same desires, same interests and hobbies that we do. And so look at social media, the social networks, be that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and the list goes on, as just a way for you to connect with other human beings. All right. So don't overcomplicate it. And we work with a ton of brands, from startups all the way up to Fortune 10 brands. And regardless how many years of experience they have, how long they've been doing marketing and business, many even really smart, savvy marketers get confused and overcomplicate what community building is all about, why they need to build community. And many people confuse vanity metrics like followers and likes with community. So what I thought we would do today is I want to talk about community goals. And I am going to give you 10 strategies and tips that will help you in thinking about your goals for building community. I want to help you today to understand how you can better select the right social networks. So should you be focusing on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn? Where should you be focusing? Should you be doing live video? How do you know where you should be implementing your live video streaming strategy? Should you be using Google Hangout? Should you be using Blab? Should you be using Periscope or Facebook Live, Facebook Mentions? You shouldn't select those technologies until you know the reason that you're doing it, until you have goals for what you want to do with connecting with other human beings and building and nurturing community. And we leverage a methodology within our agency, and I'm a founder, CEO of an agency called the Marketing Nuts. And we use the Forrester Post methodology, and it basically takes how the normal marketer brain would want to think about marketing and think about tools and technology, and it turns out upside down. So it's called the post strategy. There's a book called Groundswell, and I would encourage you to check that out. And it's written by Charlene Lee, Charlene, last name Li. But it's people, objectives, strategy, and tactics. Okay. And I have a worksheet that you can download that will help you in prioritizing your audience, leveraging this methodology. Okay. And when most people think about social media and social community, the first thing they think about is technology. And when I'm teaching a course or a workshop or keynote speaking, I will always ask the question, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of social media? 95% of the people in the room will raise their hand and say Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. And what it does is it turns that upside down. And first we want to think about the people. Who are the people we're wanting to connect with? Who are the people we want to be in our community? What are the objectives that they have? What are the objectives we have for that audience? And the strategy is, how do we want the relationship with that audience to change? Where do we want it to go? And last is the T, which is the technology and tactics. Last, we select the technology and tactics. So let's go ahead and let's dig in and let's talk about potential goals that you may have for your community building. Number one is the most simple one that people usually think about, okay? And that is growing the number of community members. That should only be one goal of your goals, okay? Growing the number and the quantity of your community should only be one goal. And I want to challenge you as you're entering 2016 to really be thinking about quality as well as quantity, okay? And I want you to think about some of the other potential goals that I'm going to share with you in this podcast today. Number two potential goal is increase brand awareness. That's another pretty obvious one, right? So you may want to establish your brand. You may want to improve public perception. Maybe you have some issues out there. You haven't built your brand in the right way over the past years. Whatever it may be, you're wanting to establish your brand. Maybe you're wanting to establish thought leadership. You're wanting to earn trust. Okay, that's a good goal. And you need to do specific things within those communities and building those communities to make sure that you are achieving those goals. If your goal is to improve public perception and establish thought leadership, you need to make sure you're not just spamming. You need to make sure that you're truly helping and that you're positioning yourself as a thought leader with the right content, with the right conversations, and with the right people. Okay. Third potential goal is nurturing relationships. So that is basically nurturing relationships with other human beings. And remember, we are all about connecting with other humans. At the end of the day, we want to inspire our audiences to connect with us with a goal of helping them achieve their goals. And when we help them achieve their goals, we achieve our goals by default because they're one and the same. And we just finished up a series around the inspiration age, and it's welcome to the inspiration age. Are you ready? I also talked about the participation age, where you are the media today, but only if you participate. So I will make sure I include links to those podcasts on the show notes page, the blog post for this episode. Just go to socialzoomfactor.com/194. Okay. Fourth potential goal is about educating and empowering your audience and your community. So this is where we're about bringing people together. We're about the power of the OPC, other people's content, other people's community. All right. It is the turbo factor of communities. If you can learn how to bring people together, how to network, how to help one another grow our businesses, increase brand awareness together, help one another build our personal brands, connect with people, and be part of something we wouldn't normally be able to be part of, have access to knowledge, to data, to resources that we wouldn't have without community. That is the holy grail, my friends. So we want to be inspiring, engaging, and activating our audience, which leads us to goal number 5, which is potentially attracting, engaging, and activating influencers influencers and advocates. And I just did a predictions podcast a couple episodes ago. I encourage you to check that out, where I talk about my 12 predictions for 2016 as you're doing your social media digital planning. And one of the things I talk about in there is the power of influencer marketing. And I truly believe that in 2016, many brands are going to get serious about this. And a lot of brands have been doing it over the past few years. It's something that we do with a ton of our clients, big and small, and it is really powerful. So if you are looking to build your brand online, you want to build community, you want to establish thought leadership, you want to make sure that this digital social platform that's integrated, that you've invested in, that you're getting the most that you can out of that, a platform that works when you're not working. A key to success for that is influencer marketing. So I encourage you to check out my podcast I did on influencer marketing in a nutshell. It's a 15-minute podcast. If you don't know what influencer marketing is, it will absolutely help you. But influencer marketing, when you partner with the right influencers and thought leaders in your space, in your industry, in your niche, they can help you reach your audience so much faster. Okay. And it's not about getting on Twitter and spamming a bunch of links to people with high clout scores that you find, or high influence scores, and begging them to tweet for you and share your content, or sending them spam auto direct messages, or spamming them on LinkedIn. That's not what it's about. It's about connecting at a human level and respecting the time, respecting the community, respecting the investment that influencer has made in their community, and figuring out how you can build a relationship with that influencer that's going to help you both succeed. What's in it for the community? What's in it for the influencer? What's in it for everybody coming together? How can you build something bigger than any of you can be by yourself? And we get at least, I would say, 5 to 10 of these requests every couple days of people wanting me to do something for free. There's not a day I don't wake up to my Twitter feed of people begging for likes and tweets and retweets. And there's not a day I don't wake up to our web forms being filled out of new app companies and social tools and technologies begging to get brand awareness. They're approaching it wrong. They should be building a relationship with me. They should be joining my Twitter chat that I have every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's a great way to communicate with me and my community, as long as you're not spamming. So figure out innovative, authentic, and real ways that you can connect with your audience. And I talked about that in yesterday's podcast, episode 193, about the power of making sure that you are executing and delivering on your promise, right? The best way that you are going to increase conversions is to make sure that what you're promising you can deliver on. So you need to connect with people and have a value proposition at the end of that is going to organically attract them, inspire them, engage, and activate them to be part of your community. And then when they do, you want them to feel completely delighted, right? Surprise and delight them. Give them something they can't get elsewhere. All right. So we have went through 5 potential goals for building your community. We still have 5 more left. As you know, we have sponsors that keep this podcast zooming and make it possible for us to deliver this amazing content to you. So please give them a listen, and I will be right back with the other 5 goals for building your community. Would you like to get your business zooming turbo online, but don't know where to start? Is website development not your thing? Check out HostGator.com for all of your hosting needs. They have easy one-click WordPress installs or drag and drop website builders. If you need even more help, their website design, setup, SEO, and even managed services can have you zooming in no time. We have been hosting our own and client sites at HostGator for years, and I can personally validate that their service by far beats out their competition. With one little tweet, email, or chat conversation, they are there and ready to help you Zoom or resolve any issues that may come up 24/7, 365 days of the year. HostGator has the capacity to grow with you and scale when and how you need them to without headache or costing you a fortune. Check out HostGator.com today and save 30% on new hosting packages with coupon code ZOOM, or simply go to socialzoomfactor.com/HostGator. Again, that's socialzoomfactor.com/HostGator. Do you ever feel stuck in a rut, like your online business and social business isn't all that it could be? The Marketing Nuts Agency helps small businesses clear up to the Fortune 50 brands, provide clarity and vision for current and future programs. The Marketing Nuts believe in ROI-driven decision-making while still inspiring audiences with relevant content. From social business strategy and consultation, influencer marketing, to corporate training and workshops, and fully outsourced digital and social programs. The Marketing Nuts helps you prioritize your investment, impact business goals, and inspire your audience to invest in a relationship with you. To start the conversation, visit www.themarketingnuts.com. I'm back. Okay, goal number 6 for building your community is driving acquisition. So this comes down to revenue. We all want revenue, right? But remember, it takes time. And I've talked about this. If you've ever seen me speak or train, you know that sideways funnel model that I have, where imagine a triangle where you have that fat end on the left and the skinny end on the right. When we're building community, we have an opportunity to create a relationship. We have an opportunity to earn trust, to build community, to longer term be able to make a sale. Okay. So the power of community is that it enables us to nurture those relationships where we can eventually, after we've earned that sell, be able to make that sell. But that could be a goal that you have. You want to sell more classes. Maybe you have online classes you're delivering or offline classes. You may want to sell products and services. We do that. You may want to sell a mastermind type of event. Maybe you're trying to sell event tickets. Whatever it is, it is an acquisition that you are looking to get a specific business benefit. Now, things like building your email marketing program, making sure that you have a solid conversion funnel, that you're not just throwing social content conversion spaghetti at the wall. You want to make sure that you are driving real acquisitions and that you have a plan for this integrated, hopefully it's integrated digital and social content marketing branding platform that you have that is going to bring you real business. And the unfortunate thing is there are so many agencies and consultants out there that they know how to do the random acts of marketing. They know how to do the random acts of Facebook and Periscope and Twitter and LinkedIn, whatever it may be. They know how to create visuals. And so they'll help you throw this random act of marketing content, social spaghetti at the digital wall. But then we work with so many of the brands that have wasted thousands, tens of thousands, or hundreds of thousands of dollars with these agencies and consultants over time. And they have little to zero measurable business result because it's not an integrated platform. They didn't focus on the goals of the business. They didn't focus on the goals of the community, what the audience actually wants to hear from you, right? So I encourage you to make sure that even when you're thinking about acquisition, you are getting in the head of your audience. You know what they want. And like I said earlier, go download the worksheet, go to socialzoomfactor.com/audience, and that will help you prioritize those audiences, because you're not going to drive an acquisition until you know what they need. And then you can put the right conversion funnel together. You can include an email marketing program. And if you include the right 10 tips, white papers, and videos, people are going to want that. Your ideal customer is going to find that. And once you build trust, they're going to opt in to receive that. Our average conversion rate on our landing pages for the resources we provide our audience is at minimum, it's like 53 to 85%. Okay. And that is because we have established trust and authority over the past years in building our platform. Goal number 7 is increase reach of content. So it could be that you have already created or you are in the process of creating an amazing platform filled with wonderful content that is relevant, contextual, and is going to help your audience solve their problems. Okay. And you are wanting to increase the reach of that content. You are wanting more people to see, to hear, to engage, and be activated by that content. That is a good goal. So if you have a goal for that, that's one of our top goals always, as we want people to see, hear, listen, and learn from our content, because we have a solid content strategy and plan, and we know that our content converts to real business. So why do you think I do the podcast? A key reason is all of these goals here. I want to build community. I want to establish relationships. I want to establish thought leadership. I want to build my brand. I believe in the power of the OPC, that hopefully you're going to listen to this. You're going to go tell your friends and family and colleagues about what you learn on Social Zoom Factor. I want to activate influencers and advocates. I want to drive acquisition. So I want to do all these same things too, right? I create content because it helps me achieve those goals. And by increasing the reach of my content, then my content works for me to help me convert business, to help me make new friends that are based on real foundation of a relationship that's human. Okay, I know that's deep. Number 8 goal is gathering feedback, gathering customer insights, maybe learning about your audience. Are you building or launching a new business? Are you launching a new product or service? Tapping into the power of community is an amazing way for you to learn about your customer, for you to learn about your ideal customer. And as you bring people together in a trusted environment, even if that's virtual online, they will share information with you. It's like a real-time focus group that you have access to. And I recently did a podcast on this, on how to leverage social media to do testing of your marketing, how to use social media. I did another one to do focus groups and learning about your customer. So I encourage you to check those episodes out and understand that social media, honestly, is one big fat focus group that's on 24/7. It's always there, ready to engage with you. You just have to know how to do it and how to be able to ask those questions and do social listening to learn some of those things. Goal number 8 would be supporting a local offline community. So this could be, maybe you have an association, maybe it's something, think about your local chamber of commerce, right? They have an offline community, and we've done a ton of work around with chambers of commerces in different municipalities and cities. And I think that the chambers have a long way to go when it comes to leveraging online marketing. They have really struggled with that transition. Okay. So if you have an offline community already, if you have people that are getting together, maybe it's a biannual or an annual event, or it's a monthly meetup, you can really leverage social media to help foster community in between the times when those people are coming together. And it's not just about spamming links so people will go attend your offline event. And that's what I see a lot of the Chamber of Commerce groups doing. They are on social, but they're really only just spamming, trying to get you to the physical event you're going to go pay $30 to go to. So that's why you really need to always be thinking about, what are the goals of your audience? Why are you doing what you're doing? And if you're going to support a local offline community, make sure that online you're providing value just as you would offline. Okay. Last but not least, goal number 10 is to support a greater mission or a charity. And so this could be a charity like we support the No Kid Hungry. I love supporting No Kid Hungry. And if you haven't checked them out, you need to go check them out. And we are my Get Real Chat community that meets every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Plug there. They have adopted, our community has adopted No Kid Hungry. So we love to give back. So you may not be adopting any particular mission. Maybe you just want to give back. Maybe you have a community that is about social good in your neighborhood or in your local area. I used to live outside of Tampa in a very large neighborhood, and I had started a community in an online Facebook years ago ago that was simply about giving back. It was just about serving the local community. And although I have moved out of the area, there are other people who are carrying that on. It was connected to our local church, and it was just about, local friends serving the community. So I think that is one of the best goals you can have when it comes to any type of community, even for business, is just focusing on the needs of your audience, on the needs of your community. It's inspire, connect, achieve. And as much as we want it to be about ourselves, it's not about ourselves. So there you have it in a nutshell, my friends. I've given you 10 goals, potential goals that you can leverage to be thinking about what are your goals for building community. And then once you've established these goals and you know why you're doing what you're doing, then you need to look at each of the social networks and say, okay, is that network, is that platform going to help me achieve that goal? Okay, so if you are looking to foster deep relationships with an existing community, then you want to make sure that that network is going to help you do that and that your community is on that network. If you're looking to grow your community, if the big goal is growing more members, then you need to make sure, for example, that network is going to help you reach new members and not just be focused around that specific community you've already built. And like I said at the beginning, I'd be very careful of making that your only goal. And I would encourage you to be thinking about some of the other goals that we talked about here. So I encourage you to check out some of my other resources. I've been building communities in the corporate world since long before Mark Zuckerberg invented Facebook. And I have loads of resources on my blog at pammarketingnut.com, on the Social Zoom Factor podcast. This is episode 194, and we have a great number of podcasts and blog posts and resources available for communities. I have some SlideShare decks that are out there. So I encourage you, check out the show notes and the blog post for this episode, and I'll make sure that I link some of the best resources there. I know that your time is so precious and limited, particularly during this holiday season. So I really thank you for hanging out with me today here at Social Zoom Factor. I wish you the best of success in 2016. That's a wrap.
If you're ready to Zoom your business and Zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/Zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.